Before Pivot, I was a functioning alcoholic. I use that term loosely. I was able to hold a job and pay the rent, but I felt empty inside. I felt like I was losing out on life, its joys, its meaningful relationships. I had broken the trust of those closest to me. My family saw the pain I was in and suggested I go to Pivot. During my time at Pivot, I prayed to God to become more trustworthy, to beat this addiction, to find new purpose and meaning in my life. The Lord answered my prayers. He provided me with leaders who mentored and showed me how to be an upright man, one who is trustworthy and loves the Lord. God provided me an opportunity with a job just a few blocks from campus. My employer, Jeff, treated me with dignity and taught me how to use my hands in fabrication. Jeff made me feel valuable, restored my confidence. I was able to contribute to his great business, and I felt usefully whole. Thanks to Pivot, my faith, and my job, I have begun a process of healing and a new meaning in my life. I'm so thankful God answered my prayer.
I lost 3 jobs, my home, because of drinking. Didn't want to go home because I didn't want my daughter to see me drunk. So I decided to stay in a cheap hotel. Then I decided I'm running out of money, so found a little spot, a little park, sat there. Then the day went by, the next day came, I'm like, God, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I have nowhere to go. I'm running out of money. All I could do is just pray and wish for a miracle that you would give me. I saw Pastor Richard with the guys. They came up, they prayed for me, and they left. The next day they came. I decided, okay, it's time to go to Pivot. And that was my miracle. And I've been there for 9 months. At Pivot for 9 months, I began getting sober and learned how to manage money. And the best, most important thing that happened to me while at Pivot was getting a job that I like, doing graphic designing. And I've been there ever since. The hardest part of this whole alcohol addiction thing was losing my house and my wife. And now I'm sitting in the living room and dining room of my new apartment with my wife and daughter hanging out, and thanks God, thanks Mary, and thanks Pastor for everything that they have done. God actually sent me my miracle.
But I became addicted to drugs, addicted to crack cocaine and cocaine at an early age. Throughout my years of addiction, besides being not able to achieve the goals I had, I thought that personal goals I had in my life, I ended up losing a lot. One thing that I know I lost for sure is my smile. Because of the nature of the drug, it robbed me of my smile, and it began to rob me of the teeth that I had. Because of the loss of my teeth, I felt shy. I felt sad. And because of that, I didn't feel confident in myself. One thing I knew about drugs is once I did the drug, kind of like short-circuit the emotions that I felt with losing my teeth. My prayer for God was a cry for help. My prayer went like this: Lord, if this isn't straightened out, this situation with my addiction didn't straighten out, and all that came with my addiction, just take me out of this life, take me out of this situation. Or if it's your will for me to be here, Lord, just completely just break me down and put me in a place and rebuild me from my character on up.
I remember Keith walking through the doors of Pivot, and I can recall his desperation. I can recall his desire to be rebuilt. Keith loved to sing, but he would shy away from singing because he felt his teeth weren't good enough to sing. So we began to pray into that to see what God would do.
As a result of my coming to Pivot and the generous gifting of all the contributors, I'm getting some new dentures here very, very soon. And I just thank for all those who contributed to help me out. God was good.